honey. I thought 7.5 was something else, but no, 10 milligrams is something else, and I do not want to continue on the 10 milligrams. I will say that right now. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome to the channel. It's your girl Tamika. It is raining. Why? I want to give you an update on how things have been going on the Zepbound 10 point child on the 10 milligrams. It has been a big roller coaster for me. So we're going to talk about the cons, and we're also going to talk about the changes that I made to help me out, because the 10 milligrams is a beast, honey. I thought 7.5 was something else, but no, 10 milligrams is something else, and I do not want to continue on the 10 milligrams. I will say that right now. Now, if you have been on the 10 milligrams, make sure you drop that down in the comment section below. Please make sure you listen to this video all the way out, because maybe this can help you out, because you might be getting ready to start your 10 milligrams. Not to say everybody's going to go through the same thing as I did, but just wanted to share my story and my journey. And I'm also going to give you an update on my weight loss, on how much I lost. I can't wait to share that with you. But let's get into it. For number one, the cons on the 10 milligrams. I have my notes here. Girl, my appetite increased even more. I don't know how people can stay on the 10 milligrams. I was scared to get on it, which is why I stayed on 7.5 for 2 months. And I eat half of my half now. Before, I was eating half of my food. Now I'm eating half of the half. That's not a good thing for me. It's kind of scary. This is not something that I want to continue for. This is my second week. Today marks my second week of taking the 10 milligrams, but I'm giving you week one update. Right now, I am disgusted with food. Just the thought of food irritates me. Like when my husband says like what we're going to eat or where we're going to eat, I don't care. It's like, why are you thinking about food? Because that's not what's on my mind right now. Food is not my forefront anymore, and it's so difficult when you're on the injections. You're the only one that's on the injections, and everybody else is living that normal life, and here it is like you are like, oh no, let's do something else. Why do we got to eat? I text my doctor, and this is what I told him and how I felt. Number two would be nausea. Okay, I have not felt nausea since Wegovy era. Okay, and the food that I was used to eating last month and back, for some reason, my tolerance is not there. For example, Quest bar. So the Quest birthday cake. Last month, I was fine eating it, but the Quest bars, for some reason, was just not agreeing with my stomach, and it was just making me nauseous, and it just made me want to just vomit it up. Like I just couldn't stand it. It's kind of like eating dough, and it just didn't taste good to me anymore. So my taste buds changed. Another thing is beef. I know you should not be eating beef because it has a lot of fat in it, but I have been able to eat beef with no issues, but now all of a sudden I have that issue. Gyro wings. So when I get the buffalo wings, the sauce for some reason irritates just the smell of it just turns me off, and I don't want it anymore. The third thing that I had was constipation. I have not experienced constipation since maybe the first month. It was like a little slight constipation, not too much, but all of a sudden I had constipation for 2 days, but the other days I was fine. Before we even get into the changes, let's talk about how much weight I lost on my first week of 10 milligrams. I keep saying 10 point, on the 10 milligrams. Last week I was 147.0 pounds on the dot. Today I am 144.8. I'm so happy. I need to do a thumbnail. Yeah, girl. So my weight goal was 145 pounds and I'm 144.8. So your girl has met her weight goal and I'm so excited about that. Excited about that. I'm so excited about that. Let's go ahead and get into the changes that I made. All right. So one thing that I forgot to mention in the cons is that I was having dry mouth. So I was extremely thirsty on 10 milligrams. So I was like, you know what, girl, you need to get back into drinking more water. All right. So I pulled out my handy dandy um, jug here that I got from Amazon about a couple of months ago. And I was barely drinking water. Now it was like, you know what, you got to start making changes and doing a lot better. Number two, the changes that I made was, so remember I was having issues with this whole weight training and all of that stuff. Well, I have not put weight training on the back burner, but I just decided to just take a chill from it until I get my supplements next week and then add it back. So what I decided to do this week, and I started on a Tuesday, I don't care. I start whenever I feel like starting, as long as I started within that week. I started to just make sure I'm getting my 10K steps. So instead of me just relying on 6,000 or 8,000, no, I'm pushing myself to get my 10K steps. And also I added Pilates, and then the Anderson method is what I'm gonna start adding back into. I'm gonna start adding back in. And for these type of low impact workouts, you can do this every single day, which is why I like it. And then two, with the Pilates and Tracy Anderson method, you are working your smaller muscles. So for you ladies who don't like to lift any weights and all of that, you can do these type of workouts because again, you're working smaller muscles, like you're doing like this, these little movements, like you think that that's not doing anything to your body because you're used to lifting weights and you're like, I'm not feeling the burn. The next day you will feel a little soreness in your body, but it's not going to be so bad to like the point where you're stiff. And I will start incorporating weight training at least 1 to 2 times a week. So the third change I did was, so remember when I was saying like, did I even say it? No, I did not say it. This is my second time recording this video. All right, so the change I made this time was eating smaller meals. Last month and beyond, what I was doing, especially the months that I was on the 7.5 milligrams, I made that work for me. So what I did was I would double my protein in the morning. So I would not eat breakfast until the hours of 10 and 11, okay? The reason being because I would be full off of coffee. Let's just keep it real. So I would double my protein. I would have a protein shake and Greek yogurt. Protein shake is 30, Greek yogurt is 17. Boom, there you go. 47 grams of protein in the morning. And then or I say brunch because sometimes I won't eat until 10:30 or 11. That will hold me over until I get home. By the time I get home, sometimes the food is already done or I may have to cook. But by 5 o'clock, 5:30, I'll go ahead and have my sensible meal. To me, that is 2 meals, okay? But sometimes I just call it one meal because I have one kind of like sensible meal. I was able to lose the weight. And last month, I lost a total of 6.4 pounds just by doing that, okay? And it took out the guesswork. Meal prep, 4 days out of the 5 day work week, that worked for me. And I tried to break it up because on Fridays I have some like something from McDonald's, break it up a little bit because I want to be realistic in how I eat and what I eat. So it does help to eat the same thing every day, but give yourself a break also, okay? I said I needed to do smaller meals. The reason why I need to do smaller meals is because I'm eating half of my food, and that's not good. So what I did today was, instead of me having my double up on my protein in one meal setting, I split it up. So around 9 o'clock, I have the protein shake or the protein bar, whichever one. And then a few hours later, about 3 hours later, then I'll go ahead and have the Greek yogurt. And then when I get home, have my sensible meal. And so now that would make it like three meal settings, I should say, not three meals, but three meal. I don't know, however you want to count it, but 3 meals. Choosing to do it this time because of the fact that I can barely eat my food. There's a little bit more cons than anything, but when you have cons, you have to find a way to like make it work for you. My total weight loss was 2.2 pounds. And again, my weight is at 144.8 pounds, meaning that I met my goal and I'm good. I'm still going to continue on the 10 milligrams. I'm not going to just jump off and do a hard stop like I did last year with Wegovy. I'm still going to be making some videos about the GLP-1. Girl, the journey is still not over, so you're still going to see more, okay? Also, I am going to do a breakdown of my whole GPL1 journey. Going to include Wegovy and Zepbound. So later, goodbye, gorgeous.